I'm Dave, and you're watching Dave's Taste Buds, and welcome back. Got a nice little episode for you today. It's just a quick one. It's not a complicated thing. We're talking pickles.
Baby, who wants a pickle?
Pickles! I want pickles!
We're gonna make pickles today, and this is the basic of pickles. This is the jumping off point of all pickles. This is the equivalent of your sourdough starter. This is it. This is the basics, and then you build off of this. So, not a lot of ingredients, not a whole lot of work to do. It's more time, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. Breaking open this jar after 7 days, biting down on a nice, fresh, homemade pickle, it's gonna be great. So, it starts off, obviously, pickling cucumbers. You can get Parisian cucumbers, you can get mini cucumbers. They're in the supermarket as mini cucumbers. They're pickling cucumbers. There's really not a whole lot. I mean, you could probably use a regular cucumber if you wanted to. If you wanted it big slices, why not? Who am I to judge? You do what you want. But it all starts from the basics. So I'm gonna make some spears, and I'm also gonna slice some up. These are a little bit small to be sliced up, but you know what? I wanna try it. I just wanna check it all out. So first thing we do, get yourself some mason jars or some kind of jar that's gonna seal nice and tight. Snap jar with the lid, but I just always go with my mason jars. So, and you also wanna make sure they're gonna fit. So I am gonna have to take off a couple of the ends just to make sure that they're gonna fit. And I'm gonna make spears with these, so I'm just gonna quarter these up. And that's all we're gonna do. Yeah, that is fitting perfect. And do that. I'm gonna quarter them up. Some are gonna be bigger than others. They're not gonna be your huge Vlasic ones you get from the store. You could certainly do that if you wanted to. If you wanted to take one of these, in fact, you know what? One of the smaller ones, you could cut them in half.
I guess it's dealer's choice.
You do how you want to do. And I'm gonna do a couple like this, and then I'm just gonna do one with the slices just to see how that goes. And unfortunately, to make these, we have to deal with my arch nemesis. One of the things that I can't stand more than anything else when it comes to cooking, and that is vinegar. Oh my God, guys. I just can't stand. Look at that. How do you get out of there? Stand up straight. I can't stand vinegar. The smell of it, the taste of it. I mean, it's just one of those things, and you know, having been around food my whole life, it seems weird that there's certain things that I can't deal with. But vinegar is one of them. Not only do I think vinegar is nasty on its own, we gotta heat it up, because we gotta dissolve the sugar and the salt in it. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to it, but you know what? For you guys, I'm gonna do it. Now, we're gonna do the rest of these in slices. I do have a mandolin. You could do that. But just for what I'm gonna do, I really didn't want to bother breaking it all out. It's kind of hard to clean. And quite frankly, I mean, they are pretty dangerous. If you're not, the second you stop paying attention, you take your palm off, take your fingertip off. I've seen it 100 times. So another reason why I think I'm just gonna go ahead and slice these. I'm gonna get these in here. Maybe I'll do one more, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just leave plenty of space. Maybe I'll top it off with one of these ends. Boom. Boom. Just want to get a couple more slices in there just to make it look a little bit more full. That's a good one. This one. Yeah, works for me. So your mason jars. You got your pickles in, your cucumbers in here. Other stuff that's going in. We got Pickling Spice. Now this is straight from the store. This is Pickling Spice with all kinds of stuff in it, from coriander seeds to mustard seeds to allspice to cinnamon. I mean, you can just make these with coriander and mustard seed if you wanted to, but you know what? I wanted to try it with everything pre-mixed already. So you're gonna take a decent amount, kind of just divide it up in your jar, see what you got. This jar doesn't seem to have as much, so I'm gonna do that. Get in there, coriander. All right, garlic, cloves of garlic. We're just gonna drop a couple cloves of garlic in each one. Actually, you know what? The holidays are coming up. This would be a nice little holiday gift. Pickle these things, wrap them up, tie a little ribbon around the top, give them out. It's nice. And they last a while too, so. Dill. Getting fancy with the dill, huh? We're gonna put a little couple of dill sprigs into each one of these. I gotta tell you, I'm a little excited just to see how these turn out. Like I said, it does take a little time, couple of days. It's a little tricky to get the dill on the side of the sliced ones. You know, and you see dill pickle spears in the supermarket all the time. And it wasn't until earlier today when I really just started setting this up that I took a nice smell of this dill, because I always thought about dill in like tuna fish, egg salad, even something like that. But it does really have that smell. We're gonna set our jars aside. We're gonna move our cutting board. Nice. Now, you saw me check my oven. You wanna know what's in there? Blueberry muffins. It's part of another episode that I'm shooting right now. So currently, I have blueberry muffins in there, and I got pickles out here. Equal parts, 2 cups water, 2 cups vinegar. Not looking forward to heating this up. We're gonna heat this up. We're gonna pour in half a cup.
Never hurts to double check.
Half a cup sugar. Recipe's gonna be down below. Sea salt, that goes in. And I didn't grab anything to stir this with. Now I do. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a couple minutes, I'm gonna heat this up. Oh, it smells so bad. Not if you're a vinegar fan. If you're a vinegar fan, you're gonna enjoy this. So I'm just gonna pause for a couple minutes. I'm gonna let the rest of this salt, it looks like it still hasn't dissolved in there because it's a little coarse. And yeah, we're not gonna wanna pour it in here straight off the heat into here because we don't wanna cook these at all. So I'm gonna simmer these down. I'm gonna let it cool down a little bit. You can't let it get to room temperature. You gotta just let it cool down a little so you're not just flash cooking your cucumbers in your jars. And your jars are gonna be too hot to touch. So sit tight. And I gotta check on my muffins. Give me 2 seconds. All right, we're back. Told you it would only be a minute or a second. So as you can see, I've taken our water, vinegar, sugar, and salt mix off the heat. I just let it cool down a tiny bit. Put it in this just to make it a little bit easier to pour, because the last thing I want to do is get vinegar all over the place. I still think that might happen, but that's what we're gonna do. And we're just gonna pour it right up. Make sure we get everything in there submerged. I got a good feeling about this. I kind of got a bad feeling that I don't have enough of the mix. Oh, I don't know. I might just let it rip with what I got here. Make sure we douse them up nice. Oh, look at that. It's gonna be enough. There we go, perfect. Now, here comes the part that's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's gonna take me a week before I can pull these out of here and taste one. You're gonna wanna once you pour it in here, you're gonna wanna let it sit here and get to almost room temperature. Then you're gonna wanna seal it up tight throw it in your fridge. After a couple days, they're gonna start to really start getting the flavor, but you're gonna wanna wait like 6 or 7 days before you really try them. So all I need you to do is relax for a second and a blink of the eye. By the time you hit subscribe, I'll have switched all this over, and yeah, we'll taste them just so you can see. So sit tight, subscribe, I'll be right back with a finished product. All right guys, I'm back. Welcome to 7 days after last Saturday. These have been sitting in my fridge for 7 days. Just sitting there, steeping, waiting. Like look at how cool this stuff looks inside. They've changed a couple shades darker of green. They still look a lot like fresh cucumbers, but I know they're not gonna taste that way. Pop that off. I can't wait to taste them. It's one of those things. I mean, it sits around for a week. And, I mean, once they have the flavor, they can sit in your fridge for several weeks. The vinegar and the salt it's really just gonna brine it together, so it's not gonna go bad on you overnight. I'd say give it a month. But like I said, what a perfect gift. Ooh, and they smell, ooh, oh, they smell like dill pickles. Guys, I'm excited about this. They're so delicious. You can taste the dill, but you can taste the sweetness, the vinegar's there, the coriander seeds, the mustard seeds. Wow, I can tell you, these came out even better than I thought. I'm not even a huge pickle person, but I'm gonna make these a lot. And then I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna try to find recipes kind of offshoots of this recipe. Something wacky, something wild. I don't know what, but if I think of something, I'll go ahead and do it. So, thanks for watching. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like it, get me into this algorithm thing that's going around. I don't know, I'm old. I don't know everything about it, but I'm trying to really pull something together here. So like, subscribe, comment if you like. You make your own pickles, you know, anything you want to say it. And when you're done with all that, go cook something.